Good morning. I'm Monique Klein here at Media Day at the GBTA Convention in Orlando, Florida. It's great to be here. And with us this morning, we have Steve Reynolds, who's the founder and CEO of TRIPBAM. Steve, it's great to see you again.
Yeah, glad to be here.
It's been a couple years, but...
a year and a half, something like that. Maybe a couple of years,
yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
It's great to have you, so welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So first off, can you maybe share with the audience what TRIPBAM is and what TRIPBAM does?
So through COVID, we didn't just kind of sit back and kind of wait for the market to recover. We kind of took a step back and said, okay, what are we going to become when we kind of grow up, sort of thing. So we spent a lot of time investing in the hotel space with our reshop and our audit and benchmarking and sourcing. So we launched a sourcing solution about a year ago, which is really starting to take off. But now we've said, look, let's try and do the same thing for air. So we've launched a reshop for air, and then a benchmarking product, and then we'll soon have an audit solution as well as sourcing coming out early part of next year. And then after that, we're going to go focus on car. So we're becoming more of a travel spend management platform than just a hotel reshop solution, which is kind of how we started.
Great.
So we're evolving quite a bit.
In your specific announcement today, so TRIPBAM launches Air Solution for corporate travel programs, which is what you're talking about, right? So
Exactly. But we wanted to do it quite a bit differently than kind of what's been done in the past. It's not just about finding a lower fare. It's also collecting a lot of data along the way and auditing every single booking, as quickly as possible. Because that's where there's a lot more savings to be had than just finding a lower fare and saving 50, 60 bucks on a domestic ticket sort of deal. And once change fees come back, it's going to be harder to find fare savings as well. So, but if you can capture the analytics, we found that just auditing an air program at the point of sale on every single booking and then providing real benchmark data so that I can compare my program to others and to the market, it just makes a huge difference as far as identifying, where you can find some more savings.
Gotcha. So what do corporate travel programs and managers need to know now from an air solution, would you say, specifically?
Yeah, so we've got about 2,000 clients, and we interviewed a bunch, large, medium, and small, to kind of ask that exact question. What would you like to see in a solution like this, and what kind of questions and problems do you want to solve? So there were several of them. One is just an accurate measure of air program value. How much am I really saving? Mm-hmm. I know I've got a 20% off, but it's 20% off of a fare that nobody ever books. So that's not realistic. So we compare it to market rates that we think are actually bookable, and it just brings a lot better perspective on the value of the program and where there's opportunity for savings. So that's one of them. We call it the lowest qualified fare. The other thing is how the industry has measured fare market share, I think has been very supplier focused. They come in and tell you, oh, you just missed your market share by 32%. And we're not going to tell you how we measure it, but you just missed it. Well, we're kind of coming at it from the other side. We've got enough clients, we know what a fair market share is when you fly from Dallas to Orlando. And if you're giving them 25% and everybody else is giving them 20, then you should get, some sort of benefit as a result. And so kind of acting as that third party unbiased measurer, I think will have a lot of value.
Interesting, and providing transparency, right, which is really healthy and good for the business. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's kind of all about transparency. Mm-hmm. It's just having all the data available and making it right there at your fingertips, so you don't have to go call all these different companies to collect, or wait 30, 60, 90 days to kind of get the answer to a question that you have right now, right? I mean, this is real time. As the bookings are made, every night we refresh these dashboards, and so they're right there at their fingertips.
Excellent. So what are some trends that you're seeing in fare reshopping right now?
So right now, I wish there were more flights. That would be helpful. It's all predominantly domestic, but we are seeing a nice bounce on international. We're finding lower fares about 16 to 17% of the time, typically within the void window, which means you can change them without any sort of cost or penalty or credits or whatever. And then the international flights, there's significant more savings. It's just right now nobody's really flying international yet, but we're anticipating finding quite a bit of savings there as well.
Excellent. So are there benefits of the air solution in terms of back office operations?
Yeah, so we're all about touchless transactions from kind of start to finish. And so as we did on the hotel side, we automate the rebooking process. So when we find a lower rate, we automatically drop it if it meets the criteria of the company. So we're doing the same thing on the airfare side. So when we find a lower fare, especially within that void window, don't send it to an agent that has to then man a desk somewhere, either onshore or offshore, to try to make that change happen and all the expense. We have robotics that go in and automatically grab it. So we rebook within a matter of seconds rather than hours or whatever when that fare is likely gone, or now you're outside the void window and you can't take advantage of it. So there's no impact to the agency, there's no manual step involved at all. And the end result is it doubles the savings that results, from a fare shopping solution.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you've had hotel, now you're getting into the air, and you said car is next.
Car
right?
is next.
So,
car is next.
Excellent.
Yeah, I see that the car rates are kind of really high right now, and there's a lot of volatility. I think what we've done for air and for right now, what we've done for air and hotel, I think applies to car just as well. So we'll get into that probably second half of next year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in closing, is there anything that you would like to say about TRIPBAM, what you're expecting for convention this week?
Come by our booth, come by our party, we're all I feel like this is kind of a survivors conference that we've made it. And so just have a good time and okay. And it's always, just all upside from here.
Good.
So, we're seeing a nice growth trend. We think first quarter next year is going to be huge for everybody.
Excellent.
All right.
That's great news, and we all need it. I know it's welcome news for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's been a tough couple years, but sounds like you guys are on a great path forward.
We're doing surprisingly well,
good.
Given the environment. Yeah.
Good. Well, congratulations, Steve. Always good to see you and to be with us. Thank you for joining us today, and I'll look for you on the exhibit floor.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Steve. Great to be with you. I'm Monisa Klein. Stay tuned. We've got more at Media Day here at GBTA.